This is Marcy Anderson with the Fishing Report for Southeast Kentucky. The summertime heat has kicked in, which means it's a great time to hit the Cumberland tailwater. We've been seeing some nice rainbow trout being caught, and spinnerbaits are a good option to target trout in the upper portion of the tailwater. The flow pattern has been somewhat consistent with no flow in the morning hours and reduced generation during the weekends, which is making for some good conditions for anglers, but always remember to check the generation schedule before you go to avoid getting caught in rapidly rising water. On Lake Cumberland, striped bass anglers have been having some success trolling live shad in the morning hours. Try targeting the lower portions of the creeks and main lake areas in 25 to 35 feet of water. Walleye are being picked up on the lower ends of the major creeks and on the main lakes near the mouths of creeks. Try fishing in 10 to 20 feet of water using bottom bouncers with night crawler rigs or trolling crankbaits such as walleye shad. Black bass are keyed in on structure and covered right now, and anglers are picking them up using soft plastic worms. Anglers have also been having some success fishing for crappie under lights at night. At Cedar Creek Lake, bass anglers have been doing well targeting structure in 10 to 20 feet of water on plastic worms. Bluegill and red ear sunfish are being picked up on red worms and wax worms in 5 to 10 feet of water. Finns Lakes are also some good places to try right now as catfish were recently stocked. Logan Hubble Park near Stanford and Brickyard Ponds in Barberville are two in the district and provide a great way to spend the day fishing with the entire family. Elsewhere, Elk Spring in Wayne County, War Fork in Jackson County, Cane Creek in Laurel County, Bark Camp Creek in Whitley County, as well as the Laurel River Lake tailwater were recently stocked with rainbow trout. They can be caught on a variety of lures, including small spinners, worms, and corn. So good luck and good fishing.
This is Jeremy Shiflett with a fishing update from the Northwest District. Both Rough and Nolan River lakes are right at summer pool. Cooler weather from this past weekend has the water temps a little bit cooler, back into the mid to upper 80s, especially by the afternoon. At both lakes, bass fishing has been good. Anglers are catching fish all over the lake. Early morning topwater action has been good. Square bills and lipless cranks have been catching fish on the banks, and Ned rigs and Carolina rig, lizards, worms, and brush hogs have been working on the rocky banks and the outside channel bends. Crappie fishing has also been good. Fish are on structure anywhere from 12 to 20 feet deep. Anglers are sorting through some short fish, but are finding some good 10 to 12 inch fish. At Rough River Lake, hybrid striped bass have been a bit hit and miss. Some fish have been in the jumps early and late in the day, with most of those jumps being seen from the State Park Beach up to Pleasant Hill Branch on the South Fork and up to Axtell on the North Fork. At Nolan, the white bass and black bass have been in the jumps, and they're usually found around the creek mouths and down near the dam. Look for birds circling and diving onto the water for shad, and you will find fish there also. Also trolling some small crankbaits about 10 feet deep have been picking up crappie and white bass. At both lakes, flathead and channel catfish are being caught all over the lake as well. Night crawlers, shrimp, cut shad, or cut bluegill on a rod and reel or on noodles or jugs have been working. Remember, if you're using jugs, limb lines, any of that passive gear, to make sure that you have them marked with your customer number and to check them at least once every 24 hours to remain legal. At Lake Malone, the water temperature is about 90 by the afternoon. Crappie are still being caught 8 to 10 feet deep on structure. Jigs and minnows for them. Bluegill fishing has been fair, using crickets and worms in main lake cuts and in the backs of the creeks. Bass fishing has been decent, with most being caught on Texas and Carolina and Ned rigs along the Water Willow and some bigger rock. Crankbaits and spinnerbaits have been a little bit slower lately. Bass and bluegill fishing continues to be good in the state lakes, especially early and late in the day. Anglers are reporting catching more smaller fish than they are bigger ones, but there has been an occasional 4 to 6 pounder being caught. Target large woody structure in the edges of water willow or lily pads. Carpenter, New Kingfisher, and Washburn lakes, and then several lakes on Peabody WMA are all great places to give a try right now. Channel catfish were stocked recently in Finns Lakes in Owensboro, Madisonville, Litchfield, and on Fort Knox. And sunfish fishing has also been good lately in the Finns Lakes, using a small float and some small live bait near shore is a great way to catch something this time of year. Good luck, stay hydrated and safe.
This is Tom with your fishing report from the Northeast. Both Grayson and Cave Run will be very similar to last week in the report world. Bass are better off at dusk, fish slower for a more finicky bite, and of course up at Grayson you'll be watching for the largemouth bass and what looks similar to the jumps. Crappie will be holding on cover. Use your electronics and move to new structures if you're not finding the fish numbers or sizes that you're looking for. Habitat maps for both Grayson and Cave Run are available along with GPS coordinate downloads for boat electronics on our website fw.ky.gov. One difference from last week week is the improvement in the white bass jumps on Cave Run Lake. Keep a Castmaster or Little George rigged up. If you're on the main lake and see the boiling look to the water, that's a surefire sign of a jump. Lastly, with all this hot weather, this is the perfect time of the year to hit a stream for some wade fishing. There's plenty of water out there and most of it is nearby for you to fish. The Licking River in Round County has several holes of water that are wadeable. Triplet Creek, North Fork Triplet Creek, also both in Round County. Slate Creek in Bath County. South Fork Licking River has several spots that are wadeable. Drowning Creek in Madison County, parts of Tigritz, Kinney, and Little Sandy River are all wadeable, and there's lots of put-in spots down on the East Fork, Little Sandy River in Boyd County. Of course, the Red River's out there and its many tributaries down the gorge area. Every one of these is a fantastic spot to visit. They're cheap, they're close by drives, and of course they're cool when the weather is hot. Hope this helps you find some place to get outdoors and fish a little bit, but wherever you go, good luck and stay safe.
This is Caleb Bentley with the Kentucky Stocking Report. This week across the state, we stocked catfish, hybrid striped bass, and striped bass. The catfish were stocked at Lake Pollywog, Robert J. Barth Lake, Tom Wallace Park Lake, Fisherman's Park Lakes number 3 and number 4, Leary Lake, Maysville Lake, Middleton Mills Park, both the Long Pond and the Shelter House Pond, Prisoners Lake, Logan Hubble Park Lake, and Camp Carlson Lake. Hybrid striped bass were stocked in Guest Creek Lake, Harrington Lake, Barren River Lake, and the Upper Kentucky River. We finished up the week with striped bass, which were stocked in Lake Cumberland. Good luck fishing and be safe.